Alright mate, this is my first YouTube review. This is a Euro 5 version of the KTM 390 Duke, or Duke 390, whatever you want to call it. It's sitting at about 845 miles. It's just had its first run-in service. I just wanted to give you a quick once-over look at the bike now. This is it clean. It is my daily ride. I use it every day, even if it's pissing with rain. The reason I've got the one in white is because that's the only one the dealership had at the time. It's the only one I could source, and I didn't know how long the other ones were going to be. There is one available in with the orange wheels and stuff like that, and it's grey. Personally, I think this white stands out a wee bit better on the road. Aftermarket stuff I have put on the handguards, and I've put on this exhaust as well, which is by SP Engineering. My initial thoughts on the bike, I hadn't actually been on a bike for years, probably about 4 years. Just due to circumstances, and I finally got rid of the car because the car was costing me too much. There has been a couple of wee niggles when it gets washed. Maybe able to see right in there. You just end up getting a massive pool of water. So you have to put something down there and tilt the bike to get most of the water out. What else? So I don't know if I've said already, but it's just had its first run-in service. So I can now open it up a wee bit. What's the niggly bits? Yeah, the front brake, since the day I got it, the front brake has had a squeak in it. And when I had it at the dealership the other day, they've taken care of that as well, and they wanted to put new pads on it, and it seems to have cured the problem. Let's think what else. Yeah, that was it. The mirror, this mirror here, when I go past 30 mile an hour, it would just spin round. So every time I was overtaken or whatever, it would just be annoying, so I ended up capping that. But I rode it home between 60 and 70 mile an hour, and it seemed absolutely fine. So that was a couple of the wee niggles that's been sorted. How it behaves on the road. I've had a bigger bike, I've had a 600 before, and I've had quite a few 125s, and I would say it behaves somewhere kind of in between. It kind of feels like a more mature 125. Corners very, very well in town. On the motorways, it is a lighter bike, it does get blown about a bit. The lights on the front, I'll turn that on in a minute, you'll be able to see that they're actually quite bright LEDs. Aye, that was it. I am quite short, I'm just below 5'7", so I had to get the spring changed, or the rear shock changed, so that kind of lowered it a wee bit. So I can't flat foot, but I can at least get more of my foot on the ground rather than kind of hobbling about. The chain, I'll probably clean it and lube it quite a lot, just because it gets used every day when it's raining as well. It's about 400 miles that it needs adjusted, or that's what I've found out anyway. I'm sure you're itching to find out what the bike actually sounds like, so I'll start it up. It's got a nice dash, and now initially when I first got the bike, I wasn't too keen on the dash. I preferred the kind of traditional looking thing, all the analog stuff. But once you get used to having everything here, like a gear position indicator, so it lets you know if you're neutral, it's got all the warning lights, and it basically just feels like a massive phone. And at night it automatically switches into like a darker display, and the light at the front, it changes. I don't know, I've noticed that when I've been riding, it just kind of automatically changes. It just gets a wee bit brighter. Now it is quite bright, which is good, because I've had a couple of cars flash the lights at me thinking I got my full beams, and I put my full beams on then turn it off. It's got enough torque, the low down torque. It's quite punchy, as I've heard people say with other reviews, and that is true. It does feel like that. But once you get used to things, it's not as bad as you first seem. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just start it up now so you can hear it. It did have the original exhaust, which I have taken off, because you can't actually hear it. Well, you can hear it, but you can barely hear it. And I found I've got a lot more road presence with this. Just let it warm up anyway. Forks, personally, as I say, I'm more of an old school fan, and I prefer the normal shocks. But it is what it is. I think I'm just kind of paranoid once they eventually start to leak over time, that it's going to come out here. I don't like the oil sitting near the brakes, but it seems to help the performance of it anyway. As I say, I've had the 600 before, and I feel like I can throw this thing around a lot more. It's 44 brake horsepower, so it has got enough to overtake, and enough for you to just have fun on and get out of sticky situations. But I would say that the aftermarket exhaust is absolutely invaluable in trying to keep yourself safe. I just like to hear it anyway, you know. Say that the handguards, I've never had handguards before, and I've never had heated grips, but the handguards seem to keep the rain and the wind off your hands a wee bit, which is good, because I'm going on a trip up north to Scotland relatively soon. So anyway, I'll keep this updated on what's happening. Anyway, that's from me for my first review. If there's any questions or there's anything I missed, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. See you later.